Welcome everybody to another episode of the Ganja Hour. I am your host, Mike Britatat Cannon. Shabba! I wish I could try to do the whole episode in this accent, but I don't know enough Jamaican, and sometimes it slips into other dialects that I'm not too sure of where they come from geographically. All of a sudden it turns into a brogue, and now I'm an Irish boy endorsing marijuana, which we know they don't do because we're too busy masking our real emotions with Irish whiskey. Weirdest start to an episode yet. Let's get going. In our first story, U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy opened up about marijuana on national television recently by saying, and I want to get this right, there is some preliminary data showing for certain medical conditions and symptoms that marijuana can be helpful. What a glowing endorsement that doesn't at all feel antiquated. Was there anybody in this entire country that heard that sentiment and it just blew their dick off? They're like, wait a second. You're telling me it's not the devil's lettuce? You're telling me if I smoke this stuff, my dick won't fall off in the dirt and roll around and then kind of somehow reattach itself to my body, and now all of a sudden I'm possessed by a cat? Also, apparently everybody that doesn't know about marijuana, to me, sounds like a Brooklyn guy from Saturday Night Fever. So you're telling me what? But seriously, Mr. Murtha? They call me Mr. Murtha. What is the hesitation in merely affirming something that hundreds of scientists have been studying for years? I love how it's taken this long to say that weed can actually help with a tummy ache, yet they push out a flu shot every 11 minutes with minimal testing. Also, and it's just been revealed that the 2014 version of the flu shot, almost entirely ineffective. Wait, what? You mean I can still get the flu after this doctor from CVS, who was clearly the head of his class, told me I couldn't, but he seemed so sure? Also, this statement kinda worries me. It sounds to me like government and big business has almost gotten the marijuana business model figured out. And as soon as they really get a hold of it, they'll come out and be like, "Wow, we've loved weed all along. You know, here, it's good for you. Take it. That's when I stopped smoking weed and stick purely to heroin." Welcome to the heroin news, everybody. I'm your host, Mike. Never falls down. Speaking of big business, a recent AP story just came out that said Colorado has made so much money off the recreational marijuana industry that they're gonna have to give some of it back to its residents. Marijuana, the Robin Hood of drugs with less STDs. Robin Hood has to have some sort of dirty dick disease, right? There's no way he's shooting arrows and rolling around in the muck without getting some sort of fungus on his fun bag. I can't even sit on a public toilet without growing some sort of toenail on the tip of my dick. And there's no treatment for that yet. I just have to piss through it. Just like Wolverine, it hurts every time. Anyway, budget writers predict that roughly $30.5 million will go back to its residents, roughly $7.63 per adult. So have a milkshake on the potheads, Colorado, and just a guess, I'm assuming the budget is gonna be rewritten next year so this never happens again. Now it's that time again, time for one of my favorite segments, What to Watch While Weeded, Viewing While Vaped, Seeing with Sour Diesel. All of these, not too bad. The 1986 BMX classic, Rad. Check it out.
Hold everything! It's Christian Holland!
A little early with the act, aren't you? Could have showed some respect and at least wait till I was done dancing.
Cause there's thunder in your heart. If you can listen to that song during the qualifying match and not get fired up enough to punch your cat in the throat, I don't know if you're even a human being. This film, I'm gonna go out on a limb and call it a film, is my favorite of all time. It's the only movie that has ever motivated me to try to learn what they're doing on the other side of the screen. I was 4 years old in Amish country on vacation with my parents, because they sucked, and I was so inspired to learn BMX biking because frankly, I wasn't interested in milking cows or tickling a goat's prostate. That would come later. Crew Jones, Lori Loughlin, I don't even remember her shitty character's name, but you know, Becky from Full House. My favorite part of the entire movie was anytime she had to do physical activity of any kind, it was clearly a dude in a way darker colored wig. And seriously, if you don't chub up during a fucking BMX dance sequence, I don't know what your goddamn problem is. Everybody needs to watch this movie. Its full version is on YouTube. They do not sell the DVD. I've been looking for it on eBay fucking ever. If you can find it and you want to donate it to our cause, just send me a Twitter at I am Mike Cannon and I'll give you my fucking address. Unless you kind of threaten to have sex with me in the butt, which has happened before, then I might kind of shy away and just give you the locale here. Our producer John looks like he needs a deep dickin'. He's stressed, maybe a little shoulder massage. You remember that weird outtake, right? Shoulder massages meets balloon knot. Either way, check out Rad, 1986. Bart Connor, fucking Olympic gymnast, is in the movie. It's the epitome of 80s villain. Blonde, feathered bangs, looks like what Hitler would have wanted. Thank you for watching another episode of The Weed News. Remember, subscribe below, share with your friends. Listen, I love the small little fan base we got, but we gotta start growing this son of a bitch because I feel like I'm being really underappreciated here. I'm just kidding, that's just never gonna be fulfilled because of, certain parental issues I have. And they're coming up in therapy. I'm having a really tough time dealing with it. Either way, follow me on Twitter at I am Mike Cannon. Listen to my podcast, Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. We're live streaming these days. We're taking suggestions, all that stuff. It's a very fun ride. Stand Up New York Labs. This place is fucking fantastic. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week.